Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video I'm going to be taking a look at a HDMI switch I bought for about £5 off of eBay. Here's the box. I can't show you the other side. I'm not going to put unbox in the title because this is the unboxing experience. It's not really. First thing, there's the manual in there as well. It comes with a switch itself. I'll put a link to the description. So basically it's got 5 inputs and then 1 output. It's 4K. It's got arc on this one, don't have anything to test that with. Let's look at the back, it's quite lightweight. It's got a remote, so you can change it without having to go up and select the button. It's got a DC power cable, which plugs into there. Now you might not need this, because HDMI does give off power, and in some cases the power will be enough to power this. But if it's not working, just undo this, plug it in. You don't have a plug, but you might be able to just power it from the USB port on the back of your TV. You might not need it. Try it without it. If no pictures coming up when you have something plugged in, just plug this in. This is a little IR blaster which plugs into there, which is to receive the signals, the IR signals from the remote. Now this looks like it's got a fairly long cable, which is good because it means you don't have to have this out. You could just hide it like in a cupboard behind the back of it. You just plug that in, and then it comes with a little strip thing. You just put that on the bottom and you can just stick it on the bottom of your TV. You just point the remote of your TV. That's not something I'll be using because this is not in a permanent setup yet. This is something that I don't need at the minute, but I'll need it at some point. But my brother needs it at the minute because he's got a Switch which obviously he has to play games, and he's got his PS3 which he just uses for Netflix. And his TV's a really old one, it's my old one. He's just got one HDMI port on it. So I thought I'll buy him this now, and then when he gets a new TV, I'll have it back off him because I think he's getting a new TV fairly soon. It wouldn't be that bad, but it's just he's little, so he gets me to change the cables over every time. But yeah, let's get into it. So here with me right now, I have 5 devices. So Apple TV, Xbox, Chromecast, Fire Stick and my laptop. So it's a HDMI cable going from the Apple TV straight into the back of the TV. So what I'm going to do here is just unplug that and plug it into the output. There, get a HDMI cable, plug that into input number 1 on the switch, and then the other end of that can go into the back of the Apple TV. Now you can see it lit up, which means it's getting power from just this. It's what I mean, you might not need the DC power cable. Yeah, that's up, and now look, it's back on the TV again. Yeah, everything's working as usual. Grab another HDMI cable, plug that into input number 2, which is at the top. And then I'm going to plug the other end of that cable. It's going to get a bit messy with cables. Plug the other end of that cable into the back of my Xbox. And whenever you plug something new in, it automatically switches to that. So as you can see now on the TV, it's got my Xbox up. Looked at the new season of Fortnite, it's actually pretty good, surprisingly. So that's working. I'm going to get my last HDMI cable now. Plug that into input number 3. Now if you have thick cables, oh yeah, that's not going in too well there, is it? Right, I'm going to have to switch this around. Yeah, still a bit squeeze. So now the Apple TV is going to be on number 3 instead, because this Pure AV HDMI cable has got a thick thing on it as well. Yeah, so let's switch back to the Apple TV, but now on input 1 we're going to have the laptop connected onto it. We'll switch back to input number 1. Oh, it says no signal. So I don't think it's recognising it, which might just be because it doesn't have enough power. So literally all I'm going to do now is get one end of this DC cable, plug it into here, and I'm just going to plug the other into the front of the Xbox. Don't know what's going on. For some reason it keeps trying to just keep it on PC screen only. Don't know what's going on there. Straight into the TV. Yeah, so it's worked straight into the TV. Well, I've just plugged it into input number 5 and it's come up on the TV now, so I don't know what that was about. But yeah, it's on extended, so yeah. PC's working, well, laptop. Let's plug in the Fire Stick into input number 4. Now it's switched over to that. So I don't actually know whether I do need the DC cable here, but yeah, the Fire Stick's up on the screen now. Yeah, that's all working. And then lastly, the Chromecast, which is very old. I haven't used this in years. I don't think it'll be on the internet. And again, the Xbox isn't even, because I normally have that on Ethernet. But I got bored and moved my room around, so nothing's how it was. That's where the Xbox normally is. I need to move it back because it doesn't work like this. And that's not coming up either. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, Google Chromecast. I think it's updating. So now at the minute the remote is not working. So all we need to do is, I'm not going to unravel this yet. All we need to do is plug that in. One. Ah, we're already on number one. Number two. Which is the Xbox. Number three. That's the Fire Stick, the Apple TV with my screensaver on it. There we go. The Apple TV, it's number three. Number four, which I don't actually remember what that is. I think that might be the laptop. Nope, that's the Fire Stick. And it switched itself back to input number one. Which might just be because this is doing an update and it's restarted itself. Yeah, that's why it switched onto it. Whenever you plug something new in, it automatically goes onto that input. So that's just what happened there. But let's go to number 5 now. And yep, that is the laptop. So basically what I was showing earlier is it comes with a little sticky thing. So you see, that's where the IR sensor is on the TV already. Stick that onto the back of there, stick that onto the bottom, and then run the cable from it, and then you just point this remote at the TV. But to be fair, it's worked quite well with it like that. And yeah, see, this is what I mean. Now, as soon as I've unplugged this DC cable, no, it's still working actually. But, you know, you might need that, you might not. So yeah, let's see whether it's actually true with 4K. I don't have a 4K screen in here, and I've got COVID, so I can't test it on the 4K TV downstairs. But although my monitor is only a 20p monitor, a 720p monitor, not 720p. Although my monitor is only a 1080p monitor, it lets you select 4K. So we'll see. It doesn't over display port, but if I just unplug that, this HDMI cable plugged into the back of my monitor and into the back of my PC. And now look, I can select 4K, so we've got to apply. And it's in 4K, even though it does not look like 4K at all. Yeah, see, it says that's not the right resolution. But yeah, and yeah, you can tell because that's small. So let's get the switch over here now. So I've got the output plugged into the monitor, and then the input's on this cable. So let's plug it in and see whether it actually supports 4K. Which, if it doesn't, I won't be mad about it, because it's like, well, it was a £5, so you can't really expect everything from it, can you? But it's just false advertising, really. So yeah, they lied about it being 4K. I've tried all these HDMI cables straight from the PC to the monitor in 4K, and they worked. So like, I brought my Xbox over here, because as soon as I plugged my PC in, it wasn't working, because my PC was already set to 4K using HDMI. But yeah, I've got my Xbox connected to input 2, PC into input 1. When I go on to input 1, just absolutely nothing happens, it just goes black, and this monitor keeps flashing. And input 2 is working, but it says, look, there's a problem. See, it's on 1080p. As soon as I switch it to 4K, the screen goes black. And if anyone's wondering about the power, I'm powering it from the Xbox, which should be perfectly fine for it. So they lied about it being 4K, but it works well enough as a 1080p switch. It's just annoying that they lied about it being 4K. But apart from that, this switch just seems perfect. It works fine apart from it not being 4K. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you come back for the next video. Bye.